Caitlin Edwards. She is our muscle recalibration specialist. That's a mouthful, but it works, I promise you. So, we're going to start doing a special called Fix It Friday. Each Friday, we're going to come to you with a common problem. Today, we're going to tackle knee pain, which is perfect for me because I was telling Caitlin, I actually suffer from what's called tendinosis and like a quick what it is tendinosis. So if this is your tendon and this is the sheath around it that like travels up, it's tendonitis is when you get a inflammation of the tendon. Tendinosis is when you get an inflammation from the sheath around it. And so every time it moves, it hurts like heck, right? And it's just a common issue. So a lot of people suffer with who think they have tendonitis, that it's actually tendinosis because it becomes chronic. So Caitlin's going to show us some helpful tips about how we can help reduce knee pain for people who suffer with things like this and others. So the floor is yours. The mic is yours.
Yeah, so actually I'm going to go ahead and put you on the table so I can demonstrate. All right. So I'll have you face up.
Which way? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
This way.
All right, and so which knee is it that you're experiencing? Okay, I understand. Okay, so what I'm going to actually start with, a lot of times the shin is really, really tight. So what I want you to do is flex this foot for me. There you go, a little less. Good. So I want you to hold that resistance. So keep fighting me on this one, but let me win. Perfect. So I'm going to do this with him about 10 times ideally. And then what I want to do is move into his inner thighs. So go ahead and bring both knees up for me. Feet flat. Perfect. Now I want you to squeeze here. Good. You're resisting me. Very nice. We're opening up his adductors, his psoas major. This helps to take pressure off of the knee. So we'll get in here about 10 times as well. It actually is really tight here.
I'm squeezing. You said squeeze.
You're squeezing, you're tight. We're going to get a little bit of rigidity in the contraction. That's okay. All right. And then from here, what I want him to do is bring this leg straight down. I'm going to have you open this leg down to the table. I want you to squeeze for me. There you go, got a good pop there. Good, so one thing I am noticing is that his leg is working separately from his back, which is a really great sign.
Yeah.
Perfect, so you want to start with those first before you actually get into the quad and the knee. Perfect, okay, so now I'm going to have you kick this leg up to the ceiling. So now we've loosened up around the knee and around the quad, which is going to help this quad even more. Perfect. Oh yeah, I hear that. Go ahead and squeeze a little bit more from that quad for me. Perfect. Good. And there's a good pop for us. There you go. Good. So he's getting some pops in his quad, which tells me that yes, he absolutely was having some pressure on this knee. We're breaking through scar tissue, knots, and it's going to help relieve this knee. Perfect, one more. All right, and then for good measure, I'm going to have you pull this knee back. Squeeze for me. Good, and there's a couple pops there as well. So this will help open up his hip flexors. But remember, you do have a quad, one of your quadriceps that connects at the hip flexor and the knee, so it's important to target that one as well. Last one here. Good. All right. So that's what you would want to do for knee pain. Focus on the shin. A lot of times these get neglected. Go inner, outer thigh, into the quad, and lastly the hip flexor.
So, safe to say that knee pain actually comes from the muscles around the joint?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so what happens is the muscles have a tendency to contract, especially the fascia on the muscles.
Yeah.
It creates extra pressure in that knee, which where the pain comes from.
What is fascia?
So fascia is a covering for your muscle fibers. And I say that, I don't want you to think of sausage. I want you to think because it's web-like. So it's not just a casing. So it's in between the skin and the muscle fibers, and it actually connects the muscle down to the bone as well. And it has the ability to contract, but it's much harder to get it to release, and that's where I come into play, and we do some manual manipulation with the fascia and the musculature.
Okay, all right. And so once I get the muscles around the knee to release a little bit more, then that allows for relaxation of tension or less tension
Absolutely.
on the joint.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So on today's version of Fix It Friday, we worked on knee pain. Is there anything I can do like while I'm in my office or at home in between sessions with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I would recommend is taking a yoga strap. You can wrap it around your foot and just practice on your flexion and dorsiflexion of the plantar and dorsiflexion of your foot, just to help open up that shin.
Okay.
And I would also do a frog stretch. So that's where you're getting on the ground, knees separated, rock back and forth. So you're really targeting those inner thighs. And then lastly, a half kneeling. You want to pull yourself forward with the hamstring and then pull back on that hip flexor.
Okay. Can we demonstrate a couple of those real quick while we have time?
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
got like 30 seconds left, so I will grab a strap. I think I'll be able to do it on this bench here.
Okay.
So I hope they can see me. So you said the first one is to do plantar and dorsiflexion. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
All right, so just
Good.
pushing down
Yep.
and then pull in.
Yes, you got it.
Got it.
Good. And then you'd also want to flip over so that you could get a little bit more resistance
Okay.
from the dorsiflexion.
On like lay on my stomach.
Right. Good.
Like
Yep.
this?
Perfect.
Do I straighten this leg out?
You
Or
can do
keep
a
it bent?
bend. Yeah, you can do a bent knee. Good. So you want to pull down this way, but use your upper body to pull back.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And how many reps should I do with this?
I would recommend about 10.
Okay.
You can always come back to it too if you feel like you didn't get enough of a release.
Yeah. I mean, you can really feel that stretch in the front of my shin, too.
Yeah.
All right, and then the second one was the frog stretch, right?
Yes.
So here, and then just back.
Right, so you're actually going to get down on your elbows if you have the range of motion flexibility, get down there. So you're going to rock backwards
Oh, it's so tight.
and then rock forwards as well.
How far forwards?
About there is perfect.
Okay.
Good. And then ideally you'd be on the floor, and the more you do this, the more your legs have a tendency to relax and separate even further, getting into that low back and deeper into the adductors.
Okay. And then the last one was the knee drop,
Half kneeling.
half kneel. So grab one knee, right?
Actually, I'll have you come up here. So I'll show you. So half kneeling, you're here. You really want to make sure that you have your weight back here on this hip. You're going to use this hamstring to pull yourself forward, making sure that upper body stays nice and centered over this hip flexor still.
Yeah.
So pull forward and then pull back using this hip flexor. So it's going to help open up this hip flexor and this quad.
Okay. And if I have knee pain and it hurts for me to get on a knee like that, what would be an option?
The other option would be to take the strap. Then I'd have you lay down. You're going to kick up, pull the strap down as you're resisting.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So, if you have any questions, feel free to post them on this video. We will be answering them throughout the weekend and into next week. And so next week's edition of Fix It Friday, do you know what we'll tackle? We'll figure it out. We'll
figure it
come
out.
to you. We'll post. We'll post and let you know.
Suggestions are welcome.
Yes.
So if you have some pain that you're dealing with and you want us to help you solve the issue, go ahead and comment below and I can put something together for you.
Yeah.